watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too. And I want adjusting and just kind of have that mindset of like just moving on has been something I try to get.
Angel Reese just revealed a huge detail about her Unrivaled contract, and believe me, this is one worth paying attention to because despite Reese's impeccable appearance, things always end up drawing attention. This time, the subject of her headline creating a stir is Unrivaled, the brand new women's basketball league that promises to revolutionize the way we view sports contracts.
What about Angel Reese? She is a huge star!
There is no one like Caitlin Clark.
Get this straight, Reese isn't just going to dribble her way to glory this time. Rather, she's talking ownership. That's right, she won't be content with a paycheck like the other players on the team. Instead, she plans to acquire some significant equity in the league.
Now, the other recognizable name on the roster, Angel Reese, who has got to be absolutely terrified. It is not going to be a good Christmas for the villainous Angel. Makes anyone think Angel Reese has the drawing power to carry a new league?
We have the inside scoop on the how, why, and when, so don't worry if you're having trouble understanding how this all adds up.
Visibly uncomfortable, bruh. Let's go down, look, see what other people had to say after that. This commenter stated, homegirl is visibly uncomfortable, but she was comfortable enough to dress like that in public.
This could get very bad very quickly for Unrivaled. You're already offering a product that no one asked for. You're offering a product that oversaturates the market, and you're launching the league.
Reese is the focus of attention this time around as the new women's 3-on-3 league, which was co-founded by WNBA players Nifa Clyer and Breanna Stewart, is sweeping the basketball world before it ever officially begins.
She don't want to be sexualized. Angel Reese has said time and time again, she never wanted to be sexualized. But look at the stuff you wear, bruh. Look.
And it wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that Angel Reese will be among the first players to receive a piece of the unmatched pie. We're not talking about a mere 112% stake in the nation, either. Reese is expected to secure a cool 15% equity in the league, and that's not just a paper promise either. Her slice is valued at $15 million right out of the gate, which isn't bad for a player who is still in the early stages of her career, and as the league expands, that equity is predicted to rise significantly, possibly reaching $66 million by 2035.
The other recognizable name on the roster, Angel Reese, who has got to be absolutely terrified. It is not going to be a good Christmas for the villainous
Angel. In comparison to her possible earnings in the WNBA, Reese's compensation in the Premier Basketball League is substantially more. Ree will receive a sizable salary in addition to owning a 15% ownership part in the league, which is worth $15 million. If the league's growth trajectory is similar to that of the NBA, NFL, and MLB, this might be a game changer. By 2035, Reese's equity stake might reach an astounding $66 million. While Reese may have received a respectable salary in the WNBA, the pay and ownership stake are unmatched in comparison. How it works competitively, Reese may have been the queen of LSU, but Clark is the queen of basketball overall. This is an unprecedented opportunity in women's sports where players can build long-term wealth beyond their salaries. While Caitlin is already out there reinventing the entire game, Reese is out there talking about exceeding Clark. However, Reese tells me more about how you're going to dethrone a legend when you haven't even begun to practice in the professionals. Now, let's talk about how this truly works. While the rest of the sports world is still focused on how much players can make in a single season, Unrivaled is offering something far more lucrative, the chance to get rich off of the league's success, and it's a strategy that could pay off big time for Reese. Unrivaled has completely changed the rules surrounding women's sports contracts by giving players more than just a paycheck. They're giving them a stake in the league itself. That's right, players in the inaugural season will receive a share of ownership.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to.
But let's not fool ourselves. Reese is making waves because she knows how to use her star power, not because she happened to stumble into this opportunity. Like her contemporaries, Reese benefits from the league's emphasis on each player's distinctive brand. Unrivaled recognizes that these athletes are social media entrepreneurs in addition to being basketball players. Cultural icons and moguls. Reese has made the most of her position by amassing a sizable social media following and used her spotlight to promote women's sports, and the demand for more. This contract's equitable pay is the ideal result of all that hard work. Power of brands.
Angel Reese was older. I would have gotten on her about what she just said. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be?
Furthermore, it is no accident that the league is being introduced at the height of Reese's popularity, as she is one of the most marketable and identifiable figures in women's basketball. However, Reese is not the only player who stands to gain from this. Unrivaled has built its league with Reese and her fellow players in mind. Skylar Diane-Smith and other WNBA players make up the league's remaining roster. Let's face it, Brittany Griner and Kelsey Plum are also participating and enjoying the same ownership stake. Reese is the talk of the town, and not just because of her on-court performance. She has the kind of brand power that others can only imagine, and she has what it takes to surpass Clark, the player who is out there making history every season. The only thing Reese has mastered so far is making fun of herself, but even so, it looks like she might be collecting awards for being pathetic. Before Reese talks about taking over the WNBA, she might want to check her reputation first. She needs to change her attitude first. The sound of the future contracting. Oh, absolutely, they're enormous. Unrivaled is altering the story here as well. These players will start out earning six figures, establishing Unrivaled as the highest-paying women's sports league in the world and the frontrunner. None other than Angel Reese, the athlete who has been dominating on the court and is poised to do the same in the business world. But remember that this is only the beginning. The league was only recently revealed, but since Reese's contract sets a new benchmark, it won't be long before other sports leagues begin to take notice.
Angel Reese spoke to the media. She didn't speak to the media after the game against.
Let's put this in perspective for those who don't realize how big it is. By becoming an owner, Reese is not only safeguarding her financial future, but also the future of women's basketball in a manner that no one else has been able to do before. Reese is making sure that her impact is felt. Being one of the few female athletes in history to have such an arrangement, she is not just a member of the league, she is influencing its destiny off the court as well. Reese is paving the way for a completely new era in women's athletics, one that goes beyond basketball and is about leaving a lasting legacy. It's clear why this agreement could completely alter the women's sports scene. Reese isn't just playing for her team, she's playing for the future. While other athletes are still depending on conventional contracts and sponsorships, Reese is already far ahead of the game, and the fact that she's still in her early 20s while doing all of this is simply incredible. Applause. But let's be honest for a second. Conclusion: this whole thing isn't just about Reese building an empire, it's about the Unrivaled league making a statement. Women athletes are just as valuable as their male counterparts, and they should be treated as such with the kind of equity that Reese and her fellow players are getting. Unrivaled is showing the world that they're not just here to play, they're here to dominate, and as Reese's contract shows, there's no reason why women can't be the ones calling the shots both on the court and in the boardroom, and that's where things get really intense. Reese's contract might be the first, but it won't be the last. Other athletes will see what she's doing and will want a piece of that action. They'll want to own a part of the league. Just like Reese, they'll want to ensure that they're not just collecting checks, they're collecting wealth, and as Unrivaled grows, so too will the fortunes of the players involved. So yeah, Angel Reese just leaked some big news, and it's a game changer. She's not just setting herself up for a lucrative career in basketball, she's setting herself up for a future where she's an owner, a brand, and a trailblazer. And if this deal is any indication, the rest of the sports world better watch out. Reese is coming for more than just the title of best player, she's coming for the title of business mogul. And if this contract is any indication, it's a title she'll probably win in the end. Angel Reese isn't just a player, she's a pioneer. She's altering the scene for collegiate sports, proving that women can be just as big of a deal, if not bigger, than their male counterparts. This deal is about altering history, not just about money. Angel Reese is making sure that her name isn't just known, it's legendary, and when you look at the kind of contract she's landed, it's evident that the world is watching, and they're not going to forget her anytime soon.